Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Today we're gonna watch Magnus Carlsen's best game ever in his career life. And as you know, Magnus Carlsen is a very good, talented chess player from Norway. And when he was a kid, his father learned him to play chess, and now he's having the peakest rating of his life and winning after the 25 chess class champion showdown. As we can see that Magnus Carlsen is not just a player, just a god that's created a person to play chess only. And now we're gonna watch a game between Magnus Carlsen and Levon Arena that was played in 2015, and some people say that it's the best game of Magnus Carlsen's career. If you want to resume it, let's zoom in, and Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces starts the game with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, bb4, c takes, e takes c5, bishop g5, h6, bishop f3, bishop f6, queen f6, and queen f4 check. So of course, all move in this knight. The move is knight c6, and this was played with Lebanon. e3, playing red. Structural castles, bishop e2, just developing some minor pieces. Bishop b6, a good move by Lebanon. Castles a6, rook f7. So there's nothing special in this game, but in the middle game, Magnus Carlsen used his middle game structure and destroyed Lebanon. b6, queen e1, 97, and e3. Maybe having some ways like b4, b5, and destroy black's queen side structure, pawn structure. Rook f8, b4, and still we can see it's equal position, nothing special is played here. Knight c8, Lebanon is trying to maneuver his knight to b6 or d6 to come to c4 or e4. A good move by the way. And Magnus played a good move, playing knight e4, just to get knight c5 ideas, or maybe to put some pressure on c7. b6 played by Lebanon, and a very positional move played by Magnus Carlsen, knight b2. After knight b2, it says that in the position that I have done my position on the queen side, I have let his pawn just come to b6, come his knight to c8 and play him passive. A rook on e8 is just a passive piece, and the c6 square is becoming weak and it's open to us, and we can come b5 whenever we want. And that shows the middle game precision by Magnus Carlsen. His effort didn't set game. Knight b2, a very strong move as we discussed. Now, knight e7, a logical move, not maybe knight f5. Knight e3 is the idea of coming to knight e5 ideas. Knight e6 played to prevent knight e5, and Magnus says that I want to gain that space on the queen, and played a4, a positional move by the way. a5, b5. Now after a5 move we can see that the c6 square is becoming weak now. After b5, the c7 pawn is also becoming weak. Now, after a5, b5, now the bishop on d6, the black color bishop has to always defend the c7 pawn, and that will make the bishop a passive bishop. Besides, it's maybe pressuring the h2 ideas, still that will be a bad bishop. Rook e8. We have just developed his rook. Rook c3, bishop f5, a good move by Hawaii. Rook c1, rook e8, knight 2. Maybe ideas of bishop f3 to attack d5, the weakness on the center. Rook d7, and a very good structural positional move played by Magnus Carlsen. The g3 move, a very skeptical, very brilliant move, because the meaning of the idea of this move is to prevent knight from permanent sacrifices like bishop h3. There will be no weakness in the position, and maybe his idea of bishop f3, king g2, and play in a very structural position, with white having the favorite in this position. And in this position, of course, white will have the upper advantage to win the game, not f8. After knight f8, of course, the meaning of this move is to play knight h7 here, and maybe to come knight f5, knight f3 weakness here. Bishop e4, and Magnus Carlsen saw this idea knight h7 and said that I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to defend the h3 square, and he went for it. Bishop e4, knight h7, bishop f5, queen f5, and a good move, by the way, queen f3. Of course, trading queens will be better for Magnus Carlsen because of rook takes, knight f3, the c7 pawn is weak, and I can come 94 ideas, 95, 96, and that will be a total mess for Laronia. Queen f3, queen f5, h4, queen e7, and a good move played again by Magnus Carlsen, rook c6, maybe to stop c5 ideas, maybe in case, and block the c7 pawn, and maybe have sacrifices in the area, maybe in the future, rook 6 if it's possible, but rook 6 is a good move, by the way, not f6. Lone was, you know that he's a defensive player, but not a good player too, by the way. Knight f4, g6, h5. Now the meaning of g6 move was to play h5. And of course, Magnus Carlsen said that you're not gonna play h5, and I'm gonna play h5. h5 instead played by Magnus Carlsen, king 7, and in this position, Lavorano was playing very scared, and he's also characteristics of a scared player. h6, g6, f6, g6, knight d5, knight d5, queen d5. As you know, Lavorano is a very old player from Armenia, and not all Armenians can play good chess, like 11 around 2. Bishop e3, queen g2 is the best move in the game. Magnus Carlsen, I'm funded. If Erma will be instead of him, of course I could have played. Queen f3, bishop d6, and that would be an equal position. But if the queen g2, bishop d6, you're eyeing on the g6 pawn, and that will become a total weakness for black. Knight c4, rook f8, a blunder and blunder by Lavranovic. As you said, Armenians cannot play chess. Rook f8, and the only winning move for white played 95, a brilliant move which I really liked. Bishop takes c5, another blunder by Lavranovic. As I said before, a big player. Queen g6, king a8, queen a6, king g8, e takes c5, and queen e5. You can see that. Besides, why is the pawn up? Look at the king's explosion on the center of the board. After rook d6, there's nothing he can do now. If it trades, I'll just trade everything, and I will be 2 pawns up, and maybe I can collect other 2 pawns, and that will be easy GG, good game. But of course, Lavranovic played king f7. He says that you're not going anywhere, but Magnus Carlsen says that you're doing not a good job. I've discovered that rook c4 the only winning move again, and the only move, the best move in the game. Rook c4, queen a1 check, king g2, and rook e8, rook e4 check, king e8, rook e6 check, rook e7, rook e7 check, king e7, rook e4, and after this Lavranovic style resigned and went to universe of flying red. After this move, after this rook e4 check move, there's nothing he can do now. Queen e6, I would like queen d8, rook d4. Now you have to give queen for rook, and I'll be 2 pawns up. How to pass her? And there's no way you can win this game. Even rook e8, I can take the queen, and this is also really like. And of course, as we saw in the game, that Magnus Carlsen is a really force of nature. Shot understanding of the position, played very good instantly with critical thinking moves, and at the end he outplayed his opponent and won the game. And that was the best game of Magnus Carlsen's career. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like and smash the subscribe button. See you in my next videos. Bye guys.